Well, I think the challenges are obvious. The report that has just come out, the 1.5C report, tells us about the urgency of climate action and the urgency to ramp up ambition. I think that's the big one. So in terms of drafting the work plan and the rules of the game, how do you incorporate an enhanced ambition into that? The timeline is very tight. We don't have as much time as we imagined before. So I think those are certainly the big ticket items, the big ticket challenges. I think the third one for us, which is very, very important, is of course the parties have to negotiate the agreement. But how do you bring everybody else into the fold? How do you bring local governments, regional governments, stakeholders, civil society, communities who are most affected by climate change? How do you bring them into the fold and make sure that climate action is joined up at different levels? I think those are the big ticket challenges. And for UN Habitat, that's really our main focus. We believe that by bringing in different levels of stakeholders, and I can talk a little bit about the different levels of work that we do, that's where really you can shift the needle on climate action, both mitigation and adaptation. Well, as I said, we work at different levels. So right from the community level, we work at strengthening adaptive capacity of communities towards climate risks and to building their resilience in facing the risks of climate change. We're doing this in many countries. We're working with informal settlements, we're working with communities. We've now managed to leverage adaptation fund resources to actually assist these communities. So bringing community concerns to the center and then leveraging international finance to actually address those community concerns are very important. The urban poor are at the center of our work, and we're doing a lot of work with them. Then we work at the city level, where we work with city governments to say, what does planning look like? What does a good climate-proof city look like? What should be the land use? What should be the building controls? What should be the densities? What should be the connectivity? What kind of mobility systems, urban services, etc. do you need? So that's our city level work. Then we work at regional level, we work at subnational level, we work with national governments. We've just launched 3 initiatives. One is strengthening urban content of national adaptation plans. How do you strengthen urban content of NDCs? NDCs are coming up for review. How are we going to do that? And the third is, how do you mainstream climate in all national level policy, particularly national urban policies? And at the global level, we are building coalitions of different kinds of actors, whether it's planners, whether it's mayors, it's local government officials, bringing them together in an advocacy exercise in changing the way we do business on an everyday basis. Well, we've just announced a new commitment here at COP, which is to say that UN Habitat will assist any member states that want to strengthen the urban content of their NDCs. As we know, cities are both one of the largest emitters of greenhouse gases from final energy use, but also most vulnerable. So cities have to come into the picture.